guys, let's get right into it. So MF and crack is back, and baby, I am excited. Just as I said that, I felt terrible. But Clint and Tracy just deliver. They really deliver. I feel like this is the only couple, not the only, but this is one of the rawest couples on this show. I feel like this is the only couple that you can film 24 hours a day and they will give you a season full of bangers. Case in point, we finally get to see Tracy. She is serving stud realness in a bulletproof jersey dress. What? I was like, wait, what is Tracy wearing and why? So let's talk about this story that the only couple that is carrying this network on its back told the police. So Clint, right? This is his side of the story. He's saying that they were coming from visiting Tracy's family and they decided to stop in a Walmart parking lot and take a nap instead of getting a hotel room. Somebody saw them sleeping and called the cops because it looked suspicious. He says that's all they were doing. The cops came. They found that Tracy had a crack pipe, I believe, and then they found some weed on him. They were both arrested and Clint was released and Tracy is still in jail on a $5,000 bond. This story that Clint is telling the viewers is a bold-faced lie. Clint and Tracy were in that Walmart parking lot freebasing. That's what they were doing. They were getting high, smoking crack. They fell asleep. Somebody saw them and called the cops, and the cops woke them up because they were both in a crack coma. Tracy probably opened the door and fell out the car. The cop probably looked at Clint and said, well, this is crack, searched the car, found that they had some stuff on them, and locked the both of them up. Let me tell you something. You know how messed up you have to look in a Walmart parking lot for somebody to call the police? Have you seen the daily Walmart customer? So for somebody to have called the police on Clint and Tracy, they must have looked terrible, frightened them to death while they were walking by with their Walmart groceries and saw these two people pass out in a car looking dead. This person probably thought that these two were dead and called the cops. I really need for Clint to stop lying. I need for Tracy to stop protecting him because Clint and Tracy both have a crack, meth, heroin. Listen, y'all done told me all this stuff is different. I don't know. Okay, I'm hood, but not that hood. So I don't really know the difference, but they on some kind of drug that deteriorates their skin and just makes them look so messed up. Because now Tracy is talking about how she has an eating disorder. And I'm like, Tracy, you keep on coming up with these lies. The last time we saw her and she looked hella skinny, she was just like, oh, I don't like the food in prison. Sis, you getting high. You getting high. Now it's, oh, I look like this because I have an eating disorder. You got a meth disorder, sis. A meth, heroin, crack, K2, whatever it is. You got one of them. It's one of them. And I just think that they keep on lying and she keeps on protecting him. He keeps on protecting her. And they are both in this vicious cycle. And although I think they are great for this show, I would much rather have them off and getting help than have them on here and being supported by us viewers with these lies. Like, they gotta start telling the truth here. And what I don't like, right? Clint comes from money. The only reason why he is not still locked up with his wife is because his parents paid his bill. That's the only reason. My problem is with Clint, because what you not gonna do is be my husband. We both get locked up for smoking crack and you allow your parents to get you out? No. You say, if you can't get me and my wife out of prison, let me stay in there. What kind of husband are you that you gonna let your wife take the fall for both of y'all crack addicts? That just pissed me off because I'm just like, Clint, you're out here walking around, filming with the damn show. Your wife is over here locked up in prison on $5,000 bond and you come from money? Are you kidding me? He couldn't have got her out. He could have even used the money. Oh, they probably smoked that up. I was going to say he could have used the show money, but that's gone. You know what I mean? I didn't like the fact that he left Tracy in there, and I don't like the fact that she is still protecting him, and he is not protecting her. He's leaving her in prison to rot. He's making up these lies like he's the only clean one. You mean to tell me he sat in that car and watched Tracy smoke or shoot crack? What do you do with heroin? Do you smoke it too? What are them drugs? You mean to tell me that he watched her do that and he didn't partake? Clint, we already see it. So you got to tell us the truth at some point. So I'm rooting for the both of them, but I'm really rooting for Tracy. I want her to get healthy, and I want her to be with a healthy partner and in a healthy marriage. Clint is not a healthy partner for her, and she is probably not a healthy partner for him, but I don't think that Clint is well. I think that Tracy has an addiction, but I don't think that Clint is well. When you take this unwell man and mix it with meth or crack or whatever they're doing, or a whole cocktail of it, you got a monster. I just think that the addiction is probably keeping them together. I don't think it's really love. I want this relationship to end. I know, guys. Who will carry WeTV if they do? But I would rather see them healthy and off this show than just being a hot mess and lying and not trying to get any help. Lacey, Shane, and John. Listen, Lacey, sis, you are playing with fire. You are playing with the hearts of two alpha male felons. It's not wise. It's not wise. This whole episode, I was watching like, Lacey, I wouldn't do that if I was you. You know what I mean? Like my grandmother always said, you play with fire, you get burnt. But in this case, you play with felons, you might get shot. Stay woke, sis. Stay woke. Shane's friend, that dude that he went out to the bar with, how old is this dude? How old is he? Because I'm looking at him and I'm just like, you could be a good 33 or 58. Like, which one is it? He looked young and old at the same damn time. Y'all, I mean, I knew it because I had already read about it, but John, my John, and that voice, he back in prison because he is on that stuff. And Lacey was like bawling over him. So I don't think he's going to be out for a very long time, because she even said it. She was like, he's going to be locked up for a while. So I don't know what his violations were, but she did call and it said that he had got caught. I think he had like a driving violation and he got caught with paraphernalia and drug paraphernalia. And it's just so upsetting because he's so young and just struggling. Seeing anybody addicted to drugs is just, take it from me, very hard, right? A very hard thing to see and deal with. But knowing that somebody is young, and they are just caught up in this addiction, and so much of their prime has just been taken from them with this addiction. It's really, really sad. It really, really is, when you think about it. And the more I think about it, the more I get enraged with Lacey, because she's playing with this dude. I am not saying that she is responsible for him going back to prison. He is a grown man. He is responsible for all of his actions and behaviors, right? But I don't think Lacey helped his situation. I'm just going to be honest. I have to speak the truth here. Lacey is a storm. And for somebody like John who has issues, he doesn't need to be connected to somebody like that. Which is why, although it's unfortunate that he's in prison, I'm glad that he's at least away from her, because she does not seem like she has been a beneficial partner in his life. Because as soon as he gets out of prison, you meet him with cameras and another guy. Then right before you get married, you meet with him and you beat him up on camera in front of your father. Like, it was just a tornado of confusion for this man as soon as he got out of prison. I am interested to see how John's family feels about Lacey, because just from watching it as a viewer, I just would have been like, you know what, this is somebody I would never want to be around, a family member, like somebody that I love, a friend or whatever, even if they were sober. But could you imagine having somebody who is so toxic being attached to a family member who is suffering, who has issues, and this person just brings out the worst in them or magnifies their issues? Again, John is grown. He is responsible for his actions and his behaviors. His parents, his environment could be responsible for the things that has happened to him. I just feel like Lacey has never been a healthy partner for him. Her actions on this show told me all that I needed to know about her. Because if you cared about this dude, if you love this dude, why would you do this to him on TV? Like, why would you meet him with cameras and then beat him up in the park? Like, she was just, you know what? I also feel like, because of how I feel about John, I'm a little, I'm being a hater, but I feel like I'm being honest here as well. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't like how she treats John. I don't like how she treats Shane. She definitely manipulates and takes advantage of the men in her life. You see it with Shane. You see it with John. You see it with her father. This ex-husband, I want him on the show because I need to know how you got here. What was the moment that made you realize that Lacey was not the storm that you wanted to be a part of anymore? That's who I want to talk to. That's who I want to see next season, because Lacey has a really interesting relationship with men, and I want to know about the one that got away or was set free or broke free. I want to know his story as well. Can we just talk about how Lacey is doing all of this crying? Like, guys, she is bawling because she does care for him. I'm not even going to sit up here and say that she doesn't care for him just because she's a toxic person. She cares about this guy. She really, really does. And I believed her tears. I believed her pain. The thing that baffled me was this. You were texting him, trying to find out if he was okay when you know that you broke his heart when you got married to somebody else, and you used that to harm him. So now that you found out that he is back in prison because he has relapsed on drugs, you are now calling around, acting like you're the wife, trying to find out all this information about him. You're a married woman, and you were on camera bawling your eyes out about a man that you were not married to. How do you think that your child groom of a husband would feel watching this back? Like, I just feel like she just has no consideration for anybody else but herself. She seems like a very selfish partner, because I'm sitting here watching her. I'm like, you are not married to this man. And you were crying over this man like he's your husband. You told your own husband that if he keeps on acting the way that he's acting, you will go to somebody else. And then you actually did. Like, she even said it. She was just like, I was having a problem with Shane, so I called John because I wanted to talk to John because I missed him. You are married, ma'am. Oh, see, this is how you got divorced. Like, this is probably what you was doing in that relationship with your ex. Guys, you know what? I just thought about it. John was probably Shane when Lacey was married to her now ex-husband. She got a little problem. I think she's the kind of girl who runs after relationships. She's a commitment girl, but as soon as she gets in a committed relationship, she feels suffocated and tries to do everything to get out of it. Even if she still has feelings for that person, she no longer wants to stay because what she wanted, she got. She's satisfied, but now she wants to get out of that and chase that high. I think she got like a breakup, a chaos kind. Like, that's her high. It's chaos. That is Lacey's high, chaos and attention. Sis, you need help. And I'm not talking about a therapist. I think you need an exorcist. Y'all, I can't believe that I'm here. I really, really can't. But this entire episode, guess what? I was agreeing with Lamar. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You're right, Lamar. You know what, Andrea? You better listen to him. I can't believe it. I was like, what's happening? Are we in the Twilight Zone? What is going on? But Lamar was making total sense this episode. And in this case, Andrea was the ignorant one, because Lamar just feels like where they're living at in Utah, there's just not a lot of diversity, and he wants to move back to LA because he does believe that there's diversity there. Let me tell you something. LA compared to Utah, they got diversity. You know what I mean? And Lamar is just like, there's a really small percentage of Black people here. We are a Black family. We need to be around Black people. Totally agree. You need to, at some point, need to be around people that look like you. Now, I'm not the kind of person that thinks that that's all that I need. I like to mix it up a bit. You know, I'm a world traveler. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a diversity girl. Not everybody is like that, but I feel like, for me personally, I've become a better person. I feel more enriched because I feel like that I have traveled. I've lived in different places. I have friends from all over, different, cultures, identities, beliefs. I feel like that made me a better person. My diverse community, everybody might not feel that way. And that's okay. But concerning this situation, they need to get around some Black people, because this family is suffering from not being connected to their people. Look at the kids. Look at the kids. So Andrea thought that she was saying something when she was just like, when it comes to my kids, I don't care where we at. And it's just fact that the best education for my kids is in white neighborhoods. So I don't care if the neighborhood, if the school, if all of that is white. I want my kids to go to the best. You're a fool. You're a fool, because this is what happens to your black kids that you don't raise around their people. They end up going to HBCUs and getting on all of the black kids' nerves who are there trying to get an education. Now, all of a sudden, not only are you getting an education, you now have to teach this person about their culture. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but as somebody who has been that black person that has had to help somebody, it's a lot. It's a lot to put on a person. And at times, especially when it's finals and you trying to figure out what to do with your hair because you don't know, I don't got the time. It's annoying. It is really annoying. And then you feel bad for the person who just doesn't know simple things because they were not raised around people who have the same culture. Get your kids around their people. At least you can do is help out your daughter. These wigs, these struggle Tyler Perry wigs. This baby needs help. I'm going to make this blanket ignorant statement that all the best schools and neighborhoods are in white areas, or white populated areas. I find it so ridiculously ignorant, which is why I feel like her kids just need to get away from her. They need to travel. They need to see the world, because mama is ignorant. She don't make no sense, especially all of this tea coming from somebody who got knocked up in a prison closet. Ma'am, you don't need to be telling nobody about nothing. You don't have the reign. The best education and the best neighborhoods are white neighborhoods. Excuse me. Buckhead has entered the chat. Hello, who was that? Baldwin Hills. Wait a minute, 1 second. What's up, Potomac? Like, girl, are you kidding me? There are very affluent black neighborhoods in cities. Shout out to Atlanta. Some of it, not all, I know. But you know what I mean? Like, there are places within the United States of America where there are affluent black people and middle-class black people who have really nice neighborhoods, really great schools. I come from a predominantly black city. Do you know how many people travel across the globe to go to Temple University in Philadelphia? Are you kidding me, chick? You kidding me? You don't know nothing and you're on TV spouting ignorance. That's why your hair is jacked up and your man is a 43-year-old felon rapper. Let me stop judging, because like I said, some felons be looking fine. So I ain't even going, talk about nobody, because that may be me. My mother would pass out. Sheryl and Josh, we didn't need them this episode because we didn't get much. All we got was that they're trying to find a place together or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention because they were on my TV for 3 minutes and that's it. What I do want to say about this, about Sheryl and Josh, WeTV, y'all better stop trolling us with Cheryl's friend who's a clown, because there really wasn't a reason for this man to be dressed up in full clown regalia. Y'all just be making up stuff so he could be on TV looking a damn fool spouting nonsense about fell in love. There was no reason. And I just felt so bad for him, because I know one of them producers was just like, hey, do you have your John Wayne Gacy costume? Because we want to film a couple episodes with Sheryl. There was no reason. There was no reason. Y'all are trolling us with this clown. Brittany and Marcelino. The only thing I want to talk about with Brittany and Marcelino is the fact that her mother and her sister moved out to Vegas to help them, right? I think, especially when you're with new mom or old mom, whatever, if you have children and you need help with them, I think it's always great to be in an area where your family is so that you can have help, or have, somebody from your family move out to help you. You know what I mean? That's what I plan on doing. You know what I mean? When the Lord blesses my womb, I will, my mama was already here, but if she wasn't, I would hey, sis, we got an extra room. I need help. So I think that's great. I always think that that's great to keep the family together, to have the kids, especially in their early years, to have, contact with their grandparents, especially the grandmother. So I think it's a great idea, right? Not with Brittany's mother. Here is why. Brittany has told us repeatedly that her parents are responsible for the issues that she has now as an adult. What parent isn't? Okay. My parents are the reason why I'm single right now, because I have set the bar so high, because I was just listen, my parents were in love when they got married, and thank you. Love is not enough. There needs to be more. So my list is ridiculous. God is working on me. God is working on me. But I'm just saying, like, just little things, your parents can impact you, and it could either be in a really good way or a negative way. And I just feel like Brittany's parents have affected her negatively, and she has spoken to us about that. And I am just very concerned for her sobriety, because I feel like her parents are triggered. To have her mother move out to Vegas, where she is finally sober and stable and doing well, to have her trigger move out to live next to her, I'm just concerned. I'm really, really concerned. And I did feel bad for her mom, because as soon as Brittany's mother came, what happened? Brittany sat down at dinner with her family, and she just started talking about her issues with her mom and her parents, and she just started crying. And I'm just like, I just don't feel like this is healthy, right? Then we get this confession with her mom, and her mom was just like, I did the best I could. You know, her mom was an addict, and she had her own issues, and you know, she did the best she could, and I believe her. I just don't think that right now Brittany is in a place to be around somebody, especially when she just got sober and stable, and she's now the responsible parent. She got a baby that's dependent on her. She has a very young baby that's dependent on her, and she has adorable Giovanni that's dependent on her, and she also has Marcelino, who loves her dearly, and I don't think that he will be well if he loses her again or to her addiction. And I'm just really concerned, guys. I'm really, really concerned. I had such a knot in my stomach watching this storyline, and I'm just like, I hope you guys are in a great place and you're just putting it on for cameras, because as somebody who has a parent that has struggled with addiction, I know triggers can send them spiraling. They just have to get into a place where they can handle it. Thankfully, my father has been, you know, managing very, very well, but you just never know. I'm just really concerned for her. I think she's doing so great. This is one of the most healthy couples on this show of all seasons. And I'm just concerned. I'm just concerned that Brittany moved a really huge trigger out to Vegas to essentially live with her, because her mom's going to be helping her with the kids. And I'm just like, girl, I don't know. And then her sister, listen, the sister looked like she needs some help too. So I'm just like, girl, I think it's great that you want to help your family, put your family on camera, give them a little check too. I understand that. I just want you to be able to handle it. I hope you're putting it on for the cameras. This episode gave me some stuff, but a lot of it, I was just, my stomach, I just felt bad. I just felt bad, and I was just concerned and scared for them. Hopefully next week we can get back to the comedy, but this episode, woo, a lot has happened. But you know what? I think I'm about to get to the comedy right now, because let's talk about Meghan, Michael, and Sarah. A hot ghetto mess. You were a better father to your daughter when you was in prison. Listen, Sarah is fed up. She is fed up. So fed up that, you know, faux black Sarah has fully arrived. So Sarah goes to meet with the lawyer concerning her divorce, and or the process of her divorce. And she's just like, I signed the papers. I'm still waiting for him to sign the papers. And I'm just like, did you really sign and hand the papers in? This couple, I don't think they're done. I think he's done. I think she still loves him. And I think she's going to be in this cycle with him for a very long time. I really hope I'm wrong, but I feel like this woman loves this man, because when Sarah talks about Michael and all of his discretions against her and her family, she always focuses more on the women he has cheated on her with than her actual husband and father of her children. That's what makes me think that she still is, you know, under this man's spell. Because even when she goes to meet with the lawyer, she keeps on talking about how he doesn't come to see the kids, but then she goes around to start talking about the women who are sending him money. And I'm like, why are they important? You tried to make it seem like, oh, he's getting money from these women, so I want to know if I can get child support. That's not the case. You know you can't get child support from that. You're smart enough. You want to blame these women, and you don't want to blame your husband who made that commitment to you. Not them love at the lockup hoes. You know what? Let me stop, because some of y'all probably subscribe to me. Who sent that man money? It better not be nobody. We are better than that. Guys, Nikki Star TV subscribers, we are better than that. But you know what? If John needed a coin, let me stop. Pray for me. $25 a month? From looking at Michael's assets, the lawyer was like, he ain't got no money. So the only thing you could probably get from him for both of your children and child support is $25 a month. See, this is my problem with the state. Why are you getting involved with parents taking care of their children? If the only outcome you could give a parent that's actually taking care of their kid is $25 a month. Like, if that's all you can get, stay out of it. Stay out of it. If you can't give these parents $200 plus a month, stay out of it. Stop locking up these mothers and fathers, because if they can't pay $25 a month, let it go. Let it go. I just don't understand locking up a parent who won't pay for their kid, especially when it's something such a small amount. If they can't pay $25 a month, they don't have it. So Michael is sick, and Meghan comes over to bring her man some soup, her married man some soup. So Michael laying up in the bed sick, right? Meghan takes his phone to unlock it because she wants to know if he's cheating on her. She wants to know if her married boyfriend is cheating on her with other women and his wife. So she wants to know that, right? So while Michael is still like up and alert, she takes his phone. Somebody like Michael, who is a constant cheater, he notices that his phone is gone as soon as she takes it. She tries to put in the passcode. She can't put in the passcode. She tries it twice. He asks her for the phone. He comes in and finds it. They get into an argument. And I'm just like, girl, you are such an amateur. Meghan, you need to just be dating like a youth pastor, because that's just speed, mama. That's just speed. You don't know how to date no thugs. You just don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. If you want to know, I'll tell you. And this is not from experience. What you do is you feed them NyQuil. You give him some NyQuil or, some Motrin. Something that will probably knock him out for a good 4 hours. Knock him up enough that he won't wake up with a little adjustment or a little push or a little sound. Because a lot of people are light sleepers. So you need something that's going to shut down the body and put them under for a while. So I suggest NyQuil. And get the NyQuil that has the Motrin, the ibuprofen, the 200 milligrams, plus that one. Give them the soup, give them the orange juice, give them the tea. Wait about an hour and a half. They'll be out like a light. Knocked out, can't do nothing. Then you take the phone. If you got some gloves, put the gloves on. If you got a little napkin, pick it up, but you can't leave no fingerprints. You pick up the phone, right? You hold it over their face, and it unlocks. And get all your tea. Or pull an Angela and take the SIM card, put it in your card, get all the information, take screenshots, and do what you got to do and put it back and just sit there and wait for them to wake up. That's what you do, Meghan. That's what you do. But you're taking the phone while he's alert. When she took the phone, I was just like, you have no idea what you're doing. I know every woman screamed when she did that, like, you dummy. What are you doing? A cheating man always keeps his phone next to him. He always knows. It's like a sixth cheating sense. He knows when that phone is not near his body. Why would you do it while he's alert? NyQuil, sis. NyQuil or Benadryl. Give him a little Benadryl NyQuil cocktail. Let me stop, or y'all have me arrested. And on Forensic Files, the YouTube edition. Nikki Starr was her name. She was giving out tips on how to catch a cheating man. One of her subscribers went too far, and now she's on death row. And on the next season of Love at the Lockup, baby, I will make it work. So then Michael's cornball friend comes over, and Meghan is like, wait. Wait, why didn't you tell me that he was coming over? Like, I could have been left. Like, I just feel uncomfortable now. I don't even want to be around him. What in the cornball? So Michael takes his friend outside and he starts talking about the whole Meghan situation. And the friend is just like, well, I slept with her, because Michael's friend was the voice of wisdom. What the hell is going on? He's like, you're over here trying to be like this, act like you're this victim when you were cheating on your wife with Meghan. You shouldn't have been with her in the first place. I like her. I don't believe it. And not saying this, that I think it's anything wrong with Meghan. I think that the friend is just trying to get on TV. I don't think that he wants to be with Meghan in any way. I don't think that he would jeopardize his friendship with Michael. But fame is a terrible drug. So I think that he is playing into this whole storyline, and he's saying, well, you shouldn't have been with her because you were married. And Michael is just like, well, did you hit? Like, did you smash? Did you sleep with her? Like, is that why you're over here? Is that why you're acting, crazy? And his friend is like, well, yeah, I did. How in the hell did Urkel and this thug become friends? Like, they're so not a match, but they call themselves best friends. So somebody is fronting in this friendship. I don't know who it is, but then Michael gets upset that his friend slept with his side chick. It was so much to just say and think about. The ghetto, right? So he gets upset with his friend and he mugs him. Let me tell you something. Even if this wasn't real, we would have fought for real, because mugging somebody is like spitting on them for me. And maybe it's the Philadelphia in me, but you don't mug me. You don't mug me, even if it's play. We fighting. Well, he mugs a guy, and that is the end of this episode. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is the real deal? Do you think that Meghan slept with this dude? I don't believe that she slept with him or kissed him. I think that this is storyline. I think that maybe this is something that Meghan and the guy is, a storyline they've worked up. I don't know if Michael is aware of it. I thought that he was in on it until he mugged that dude, and I was like, oh no, this seems real. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below, and let's talk about the rest of this episode. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you this Friday for the following episode of Love After Lockup. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I put my video up like not too long ago, and you guys were on it like flies to, no, bees to honey. Bees to honey. Watch them commercials. Love you guys. Bye.